Okay, here we go. We got the drone in the air. I'm thinking we're in rate 1. Let me switch rates. Okay, we're back here for the unboxing portion of the video here for the NEHEME NH330 drone. And I've kind of taken everything out of the box here so that we save time. I mean, there's just kind of a plain plain box here, plain white box. There's the black white picture of the drone. There's some of the branding, some of the specs here. Go over them real fast with you. It's got altitude hold, 360 rotate, emergency stop, headless mode, 3-speed switch, 360 flip, and 1 key takeoff and landing. So that's about it on the box. Kind of a plain generic looking box. Nothing wrong with that, of course. And it came in a nice like blister pack type thing with a cover, so it came in very secure. The drone's in great shape. So before I show you all that, I'm going to show you it comes with a quick start guide and a user manual. So it comes with both of them, and you can see the user manual is a little bit bigger, I guess, showing that it has more information. So we'll go through all these before the first test flight. And we got a warranty, activate your warranty card, free 12-month warranty. So that's good. And then they got a loyalty program you can join by hitting the QR code on Facebook, and you can sign up, maybe getting a new release free products. So that's always good. Okay, here we got a goodie bag of stuff here. I'm going to go over the drone first. I'm going to go over the goodie bag since I got stuff out already. Okay, the nice thing about the drone is that I see in the goodie bag there's a battery in there, and there's a battery inside of here too. So it comes with 2 batteries, and this is a very, this is a well-priced drone. I think it's around $30 on Amazon.com. If you're a Prime member, you get 2-day free shipping. So like some drones you would order from a site like Banggood, or so on GearBest, this doesn't take a month to come, and it arrives in just a couple days, and the battery goes in just like this down here. I've taken it out already, but I had it backwards there, so inserts there, goes in very solid. It's like a little switch there. So with the drone itself, there is the on-off switch there. It has some branding by NEHEME there. With I guess like a little drone picture there. And I like the little black and white, almost like kind of lines, or wind maybe wind effects there. Black, silver, and red there. So I like kind of the color on it. And I noticed that, of course, it has these nice inducted props here, which is good, for indoor flying. You can bump on things and not break your props, and bump off of walls and just keep flying. So that's good. Especially a drone like this will be a lot of younger people getting it, so first-time flyers. So those bumpers will be a lifesaver as far as preventing the drone from crash and burning. So, and I do notice that it has 4-bladed props in there, which is good. I mean, I think usually this type of drone comes with 3 braided props. This give you even a little bit more performance and lift, which may make it a tad better outdoor flyer than if you had the 3 inducted prop. But these are well covered, so that's a good thing. And the drone, it feels a little bit heavier than you would think it would be. So I think it has some good weight to it, especially with a battery in it. And I did notice that it has lights. See the light in the front? It has a light in the side, light in the back, and a light on the other side. So it's got lights all the way around. And even though this may not be necessarily a night flyer, but this is good for orientation. You get a little drone like this more than a few feet away from you, and you don't know, if you got the back facing you, front facing you, so it's tough to keep orientation. So those lights will really help you out a lot. Now, I did say that it had a headless mode on it, which kind of makes it so you don't really need to know the orientation. But a lot of people don't like headless mode, so you don't have to turn it on if you don't want to. It's on a switch. But yeah, so that's about it. All the motor specs and stuff like that. I'll link to the description on Amazon, so you can check all the specs like that or whatever. This isn't really a spec channel here or whatever. So okay, that's it with the drone and stuff. I know, you know, I went to the good part first, but there's people, you know, who do the drone last. But so we'll put the drone down over there. Now we have our controller here. It's again got the NEHEME branding on it, and it looks like it tells you what the functions is. That's always good. So it's got your standard little thumbsticks here, and they feel just like you would expect on these little controllers. Here's your automatic takeoff and land button. Here's your on/off button. Here is your headless mode button. Here is your 360 flip button, and here is your battery bay back here. And surprisingly, it takes 3 batteries. Usually these little controllers only take 2 batteries, and it looks like it says AAA. So 3 AAA batteries to power this thing up. So, and you know, I don't know what this red piece is. I think it may just be for looks here. I don't think it's functional anyway, but I'll check that out in the instructions. But it's kind of cool. Okay, so that's your, you know, standard little peanut controller, I'll call it, for these type of drones here. You know, these little things usually do the job. So here's our goodie bag. Already the screwdriver's out. So there's your standard little kind of Phillips head screwdriver that you get with these drones. And I think it's to help replace the props. Okay, here is your USB charger. And I forget what that little, can get that camera focus. Probably can't like. I forget what you call that little connector on the end here. Don't tip my tongue, but you know, it's of course it matches up with, you know, probably see a little better in the battery there. So yeah, you know, these are pretty standard little charger for these type of things. I'm having trouble figuring how. Oh, this is how it goes in. Goes in like this. There we go. That's how you insert the charge up here. And of course we got a full set of extra props. You can see it's 4 props in there, so that's good. Nice set of you know, all those extra props. And as I mentioned before, this is a 4-bladed prop, which, you know, could be a good thing. I guess the only con is it may eat the battery up a little bit. We don't know what the battery life is on this, and it has this standard, I don't know what you call it. You know, it kind of just goes over like a small pin, and you just push it down, and, you know, not my favorite setup there. You know, you tend to lose these, but, you know, with this inducted, you know, props here, that's probably not an issue here. But you know, I don't even know how you would get in there. Oh, there's the screws down there to you know, get in these and replace the blades, or, you know, so on. So yeah, so that's real good that they sent you all those full set extra props. So okay, I think that about covers it for the unboxing portion of the video. I mean, we will charge these batteries up and go for like kind of an indoor flight here, see how it performs indoors, and if it does well indoors, we may take it outside, maybe to the back porch, and see how she does outside on kind of a low wind day. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting this little guy in the air here. You know, I know I've had stuff like this on my channel in the past, but, you know, these things are hopefully, you know, they kind of get a little bit better every year. So hopefully this is even better than the last one I reviewed as far as flight performance and so on. Now, I know if I haven't said this yet, this does not have a camera on it. This is not a camera drone. This is just a fun flyer, and it's probably too small to mount much of a camera. Maybe you could put like one of those little, you know, what do you call those little FPV style things that connect to something. I mean, it feels like, you know, hopefully you can put some little type of camera on it, but for the most part, it's just a fun flyer. It's not meant to be any type of a camera drone. So, okay, you know, just, you know, stay right where you are, folks, and we will be right back with that first test flight. Here, I think I've got it in rate 3. I've clicked the button on the right 3 times, but I'm dealing with some wind here, so it's still having trouble fighting this wind, even in rate 3. Yeah, I've got to keep it full stick from having it not blow to my left here. You know, maybe I need to calibrate it.
It's hovering a little bit better now. I'm going to bring it down and calibrate it. All right, yeah, it's really fighting the wind out here. I floated, unfortunately, off camera, and it did really good in, you know, flying without a whole lot of wind, but it's just tough in the wind. I mean, I can't even show you like a flip or anything, because if I even attempt to stop steering it for just a microsecond, it's going to fly, you know, away with this wind here. You know, I have to do nothing but full throttle the whole time to control it. It's just not made for, you know, the kind of wind I'm facing out here. I mean, I'm getting like little gusts. What I'm trying to fly between the houses here, but you can see it's really moving around with the wind. It's behind me now, and I can't get enough, you know, to get it forward when that wind's blowing it. So it's gonna be a short flight test here. I hope to get a little bit of a little bit less windy environment.
We're back with the, you know, the little NEHEME drone. You know, sorry, that's the correct pronunciation. And before we get outside to do a flight test, I just want to get you real familiar with the controller here. Now let's go over all the functions of the controller in detail here. And I'm going to start, you know, left here, work my way around. Okay, now this up here is your Headless Mode button right here. If you a short press is Headless Mode. A long press makes it do a I forget what they call this, but a rotation. It'll, you know, this is the get my bearings here. What's the front of the camera? Yeah, it'll do a 360 rotate. And I think it keeps doing it. We'll test it in the field until you stop it. But that's a long press to do the 360 rotate and a short press to go into headless mode. Okay, now this stick here is your that's your like kind of throttle up and throttle down, and of course you know, you can you know, yaw to the left and yaw to the right, but you also can press it down to change speed modes. You hear like that little click there, so you'd be like in speed 1, or you know, rate 2 and rate 3. This baby's got 3 rates on it, so by clicking this you change the rates. This button is your automatic takeoff and automatic land button. Of course, if it's on the ground, it's going to be automatic takeoff. If it's in the air, it's going to be an automatic land. Okay, over here is your on-off button. And this, it's a little hole there now, but it'll be an indicator light on, you know, when the drone is turned on. It'll turn, you know, red or green depending on the charge of the battery. And now this here is your directional stick. You know, you can, you know, this push it up and make it go, you know, forward. You know, if you have it headed away from you, forward, backwards towards you. You know, of course, you can have it move to the left, or you know, move to the right, and not just yaw the whole drone. But it has another secret trick here. If you push it down, it allows you to trim it up. It calls fine tuning in the manual, but in the old days it was called trimming. So you push it down and you can trim it. Like say for instance it's bearing too much to the left, so you would, you know, trim it to the right a little bit so it wouldn't move to the left as much, or any other drone. I just said that, you know, it could be any way you need to trim it. You do it by pushing this down. You hear like a click, just like you did with the speed rates there. Okay, and finally up top here we have our 360 degree flip button here. So just a short press, it'll do one complete 360 degree flip. So you know, and you can flip like crazy, but remember, every time you do a flip, it takes a pretty good hit on your battery. So if you flip a lot, you're gonna have a short flight. So that's a detailed look at the remote controller for the NEHEME drone. And okay, now the next part of the video we'll have it out in the field and we'll do a little flight test for you. But I just wanted to, you know exactly, you know, what controls did what before I'm out in the field. I'm kind of shouting out, you know, what I'm doing. You'll know exactly what button needs to be pushed to do the functions I show you during the test flight. All right, just stay tuned for the next portion of this video.
Trying to keep as low as I can here. That way, less affected by the wind. I think I dialed in a little bit better now. I just had to lower it when I get a wind gust. Oops, there it goes. There the wind, it's fighting the wind. I've lost control. I'm just gonna kind of bring it down as low as I can. There we go. Now I've got control back. So yeah, you gotta watch yourself in the wind with this. I'm gonna give you the indoor flight will be a little bit more representative how well it flies. Alright folks, I got the little, the NEHEME drone here. I'm going to do a little indoor test flight. Try to do outdoors, but I can never catch a day where, it's either too windy, like today. It's sunny outside, but it's too windy. And as soon as the breeze comes along, it just takes. I live at the shore, so it's extremely breezy at the Jersey Shore. You may have better luck. If you live inland, where you have, the breeze dies down or whatever. I mean, I actually did fly this one time, on the back porch, on a windless day, but I did not film it. I just got it. I was just testing it out to see how it did fly. And it flew well, with no breeze. But I mean, days, weeks have gone by. Either get breezy, rain, the sun's not out or whatever. So let's just do a little indoor flight and see how we make out of it. So I think I've showed you, I don't know if I showed the desktop. Okay, the power button's on the top here, and this is the front of the drone. It's kind of slimmed down port. So you push that in and you see the blue lights. It actually has lights all around blink. So then you hit the power button on here. I've showed you just the desktop. And then you hit this left throttle up, down, and now you're bound. So now you're ready to you're ready to fly, take off. So what you want to do to take off is you want to push this button up, and now start the motors. And then you hit this this button here to launch it. Okay, so we've launched. Oops. Okay, so here we go. See, we're moving pretty good here. It flies real nice. It's got altitude hold, so when I fly over something, I think that affects it a little bit, but it's a good little flyer. We fly up to the camera here best I can. I don't manually fly much anymore these days, so I'm not the manual flyer I used to be, so bear with me here. So you can see the lights on it. The blue on that side, the blue on that side, the white in the front, and the red in the back. So, okay, let's try some, let's try the flip here. I think I've got the flip button figured out here. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I did it off camera. Hold on. It's a delayed flip. I hope that got the camera. Hold on, one more time. One more time. Okay, I think you got that in camera. Okay, so that's the 360 flip. Let's do that rotate thing. Okay, let me see here. I think it's twice on this. I've got in headless mode, unfortunately. Let me take it out of headless. So I got in headless and I got confused. I don't fly headless mode much anymore. The headless button, if you do something to it, like double press, it's supposed to make the drone rotate 360. Now I did it before, but I don't know exactly how I did it. Let me try again. Now I've just gotten headless, sorry. Okay, now I've got it out of headless. Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't figure out how to do the 360 rotate here, but it works. I've done it before. And of course, this is your, this button over here is your rate button.
Now I've turned to a lower rate. Then I've turned to a higher rate. Rate 1 is rate 1's real slow. I think this is rate 2. So rate 2 fine for inside. It's a good little flyer. Sorry, I can't do any outdoor testing. It's just, again, even at rate 3, it just blows it right away from me. I can't even like keep it in camera. So this is not a, this is predominantly an indoor flyer. You can fly, outdoors if you have almost 0 wind conditions. But if you live in a breezy place like the Jersey Shore, it's not too many of those days. But this thing flies like a, flies like a champ indoors. So this would be like an excellent beginner type of drone. I'm gonna, I didn't set a timer here, so we'll just time it off the video how long this thing flies for. I think it was between 4 and 5 minutes. Of course, less outdoors, less if you use the higher frame rates, the higher speeds. Now I've really got it flying good. You know what? I think, yeah, there we go. We really got it flying good now. Look at this. We've got the speed going here. There's rate 1. Real nice, good indoor rate for beginners. Nice and slow. Rate 2, of course, is better. But see, you can fly. Look, I'm flying, right around these lamps here. No problem at all. Excellent little flyer. And it's got these, I've showed you the, I'm going to call them the top guards, the bumpers, whatever term you want to use, so you can bump it off walls in here. I'm not going to bump it off a wall inside because I don't want to, I don't want tipping paint, but let me turn around for you. See that light flashing? That red light, that's showing that the battery is, it's free. It landed, went into automatic landing mode and landed right at the foot of the tripod on low battery. So let's stop the clock here, and that'll give us a good test of the battery time. I did have a fully charged battery, so we're gonna turn it off right here just by holding it down for just seconds, and then the controller off. And again, I do like the fact that it has these lights for orientation, these blue, you got a red in the back and a white in the front. So, I don't fly manually much anymore. I'm mostly flying GPS camera drones now, so my manual flying skills have declined, but I did do a little, moving around in here, so it did help me keep my orientation. I'm sorry, when I went into headless mode, I realized it's been a while since I've flown headless mode. So headless mode, it doesn't matter if you you turn it, the direction the head of the drone doesn't matter anymore. Whatever way you move the trigger will come back to you, or the throttle will come back to you or go away. But even that's kind of confusing, so I got kind of confused on it. So this button over here should have been, this is my 360s, which you demonstrated in the video. This button here, one headless mode, and 2 should make it go into a little 360 turn, but I cannot get that to work. But I had got it working when I did fly outdoors off camera one time, so it does work. I just couldn't remember how to do it. So, and again, this is your, clicking this is your speed button, and this is your trim over here. You click it, you trim. So, this thing works just as described in the box. It does everything it's supposed to do and does it well. Great little flyer. All the functions work well on it if you can remember how to do them, like that 360 turn. But I'm really happy with this drone. Again, indoor flying, highly recommended. If you tend mostly to fly outdoors with it, you better live in kind of a windless area or have a lot of days where there's low wind. So okay, we're gonna go over to the gonna come back with that kind of a conclusion, the summary of this drone. But thanks for watching this flight portion.